Was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffrey with the Desert Inkwell. Today we have an absolute stunner pen for you. I get right into it. Today I'm reviewing a pen from the Zodiac pen company. Now, I came across the Zodiac pen company by watching a video by the Juicy Broads Pen Show, who had the maker, Bart Connor, on as a guest. You could really hear from him his passion for making come through. And it was that passion that really moved me to buy a pen from him. So at the end of the video, I'll be sure to link where you can go and get a pen made by Bart. He also makes some amazing bowls and charcuterie boards. Okay, so Zodiac, simple box. We appreciate that. And this pen, the model is Sagittarius. It's a buttery smooth finish. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to convey to you just the feel of this pen in hand. Just feels phenomenal. The nod to the Sagittarius, as you can see, this little point here speaks to the arrow that Sagittarius would keep in their quiver. So this is a screw-off cap. And that's maybe 1.5 to 2. It's not a big thing for me how many times I have to unscrew a pen. That's a meditative moment for me. So when I pick up a pen to write and I'm unscrewing the cap, it's a pause. It's a built-in pause before I start writing. I went medium point on this pen because of the colors of this resin blank, which is actually called CornMaze. It has so many colors in it. It's really a fall masterpiece. I know we're in winter, but I live in fall all year round. So we have mustard golds, orange coppers, some olive greens, browns, slate blue. Really just resemble corn stalks, pumpkins, grass, the earth and the sky, everything in the fall, especially for those of you in the Midwest, in case you're going on a road trip. These colors really speak to fall in the Midwest and, of course, the eastern part of the United States. So I got my roadmap ready. I got my hand-knitted cozy socks that were a gift. Anyone will tell you that uses fountain pens. Part of the fun, part of the challenge is, okay, what are we going to ink this pen with? So a lot of times you'll buy a pen, the pen comes in, and then you got to look through your ink swatch book or the bottles of ink that you have to pick your ink. This pen, by the way, is a cartridge converter. So I know last week we showed a piston fill. This pen fills a little different. So we have a converter here that as we turn this little knob here, it's going to draw ink back in. Now, we can dip the whole nib into the bottle of ink and draw the ink up. And we can also remove the converter. Now, last week we dipped the whole nib in, so this week we're going to just dip the converter in. So let me set this aside and we'll move on to ink. So, here we go. I have some selections picked out. The first one, I thought that would be such a great match. And let me cap this pen back so we have something to compare it to. Was an ink by Robert Oster here, which is called African Gold. Now, anyone using inks know that yellow inks don't always read very well on a page. Sometimes if it's too pure of a yellow or if it's too light, it doesn't have a high readability score. Like this gold, yellow, ochre type color has a fantastic readability on a page. That ink goes down real nice. Our second choice today is one of my favorite inks. It's by Diamine. The color is called Ancient Copper. And those may be new to pens. This size, 30 milliliter bottle of Diamine ink is about $8. And this will go quite a ways. That's a lot of writing. I don't remember the exact price of the Robert Oster. This is a larger bottle, and I think it's about the $20 range. We have Robert Oster African Gold, Diamine Ancient Copper, and then let's share a funny story, shall we? So, the third ink that I thought would be a great match, especially for these slate blues and the olive greens and just how that color mixed, is an ink by Ferris Wheel Press. And just for courtesy mention, this is what their bottle looks like. And the ink color I was considering using is called Edward's Gardens. It's like a teal with a gold shimmer in it. So you can see here that not only do we have a gold shimmer to this ink, but you can see some hints of a red sheen. Now, Edward Gardens doesn't have a red sheen. As a pen newbie, I think I went to empty a pen back into the bottle because I was changing the ink, and I am almost certain I put the wrong color ink back into the main bottle. So this is kind of a no-name ink, and because I'm not fully sure what the outcome of mixing those two inks would be on a pen or a nib, we're going to go ahead and leave this as questionable. But what would be great is, before I tell you which one I've chosen, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know which one of these three you would choose. Would you choose the gold, copper, or this attractive yet unknown ink blend? All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that for today we're gonna go with the Ancient Copper. That match is so nice. This ink looks fantastic on paper. So we're gonna go ahead and get that ink inked up for you. And again, so uncap these things, and I keep these capped tight because if you're following me on Instagram, you'll know that after my video last weekend, I went to pick up the bottle of ink and spilled ink all over my desk. That is bound to happen. So similar to last week, we're just gonna dip this converter into the bottle, and then you are gonna turn that, and that's gonna draw that ink up. You can see now. You just take this converter and you're gonna fit that snugly. You wanna make sure it's snug back into the section. So on a fountain pen, you have the nib, the feed, the section. Here's a converter. We're gonna put the pen back together. Now, one thing, if it's important to you, this pen does not post. Last week's pen didn't post either. Let's see if we're ready to write here. All right, here we go. I believe this is Tomoe River paper on a Goulet Pens notebook. These are real handy. So, what are we gonna write today? Decided to give us a clear page. It has nothing to do with the fact that what I was writing had a typo in it. Let's see how this pen writes, if it's all beauty or if it's beauty and function. You can see this writes like an absolute dream. So I've just, I want to take a second and say, you know, Bart, I know you said you'd check the video out, but exceptional work, sir, exceptional work. This pen is hand turned. So this isn't where the cap is molded and the section's molded and the body is molded. This is representative of someone's creativity, determination, and hard work. You know, I don't hate the name CornMaze. Just reminds me of the fall. This pen is a joy to write with. You know, I just pick it up and I can just stare into it. Brings me a lot of peace and happiness, and it's an absolute pleasure to add to my collection. I hope you all have maybe learned a thing or just enjoy looking at new pens, but I appreciate you going on this journey with me. Until next week, I will talk to you all later. If you're so inclined to click like and subscribe, I'll be posting, it's just me, every Sunday. And be sure to look below for where you can get your own Zodiac pen from Bart. Until next week, you have an amazing week, and talk to you later.